People, this is Jonathan. We are live right now for the OpenWave Beyond Wave podcast, which is globally distributed on iHeartRadio, Pandora, Spotify, Apple, Amazon Music, Audible, and also we have an exclusive visual production deal with LOOKHU TV. LOOKHU TV is where you can actually watch TV from your phone on Samsung TV, Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire. And when you're watching content, the cool thing about LOOKHU, there's a button on there called DM, comment, or tip. So you can actually send the content creator a tip while you are watching their content. Shout out to Byron Booker for that amazing platform. We're going to jump right into it. The reason why we started this podcast network about 9 years ago, was because we knew there was a void in the market for artists getting legitimate press and media when it comes to their voice, their message. There are a lot of podcasts out there, not throwing shade at nobody, but they're not structured right. They're not professional. They're not organized. That's the same question. We do not write anything down. Everything we do is based on energy, vibrations. We don't talk about anything gossipy. We don't talk about people's personal lives. We get into the motor behind the engine in their car, the fuel in their plane of destiny. We jump into all of that. And the great thing about our platform is that it's no cursing, and it's only to uplift the vision and inspire people to go as far as they can go in this life. All right. So without further ado, I'm speaking to a young king I just recently met. He's trusting the process of radio pushes, OpenWave, LOOKHU TV, and All Money is Legal. Minute we met on Zoom, we connected. The song IG Love, I did a whole analysis on it. It's such a trendy record, such a record that really has great melody, music production, and most importantly, he understands music at a very high level. I'm honored, super honored to have my brother on here, Will, and his capital W. He spells it in a very intricate way. Will is capital W, then lowercase I, right? And then
Yes,
uppercase LL. I just want to make sure.
you got it right.
No problem. All right, people, we got Will in the building. Will, welcome to the Open Wave Podcast.
Thank you for having me.
No doubt, people. And just to let y'all know real quick, OpenWave is www.openwav.ai. Go to OpenWave, create your account for free, upload your music. Will has already done that. Set your price, and your fans can pay what they want. But here's the cool part. Will can sell clothing today. Don't pay anything up front. Upload his designs, pick the clothes, items he want to sell, and then OpenWave takes care of all the shipping, all the fulfillment, and he keeps 80% of everything across the board. He can also create his own bundle packages, beanies, hoodies, hats, shirts. You name it is right there. All right, let's jump right into it. Will,
Let's do
you
it.
are in the hunt or the pursuit of greatness.
Yes, sir.
You're intelligent, you got a regular job, you're doing your thing, but why are you pursuing something that less than 5% of people actually achieve? What's pushing you to do that?
Well, music is in my blood. It always has been.
Mm-hmm.
From my grandparents down to my mother, and I guess I got the gift too. So it's something that I'm very passionate about and I want to pursue. And eventually I want it to be what pays the bills, you know?
Exactly. When you talk about it's in your blood, kind of give me a 1.5 minute window into that world. What does that look like when you say it's in your blood?
So my grandfather was a acoustic guitar player and also a bass guitar player. So I
Mm-hmm.
grew up listening to him play music. He also played the harmonica as well. So that's sort of my first introduction to music.
Mm-hmm.
My mother was a singer as well, sort of all three of my aunts. My uncle actually worked for Kathy Hughes at one of her radio stations.
Okay,
He was
that's
a
big.
DJ there and a program manager. So I was introduced to a lot of different styles of music at a very young age. And I started to really sync up with the things that I was hearing at the time. So it was a lot of 80s music. And then I grew up, towards the 90s stuff. And then I sort
Mm-hmm.
of found my groove with R&B and I just
Mm-hmm.
stuck with it.
Let me ask you this question here. When When did the switch flip for you when you were younger to say music is something different for me than the average young person? You know what I'm saying? Like, when did you start to feel that music was becoming something very vital to your system?
When I started to hear certain songs and they would
Hmm.
resonate with me, um, I loved how they would tell a story. And I wanted to be able to tell my own stories.
Hmm.
So I started writing poetry at a young age, which
How young
eventually
are we
led,
talking?
I mean, like 8, 9,
Wow.
extremely young.
Got it.
I performed in local talent shows in elementary school, in high school, and things like that. So it's just like you said, a flip, a switch flipped, and music just really, I can feel it flowing through me, if that makes sense.
Of course. Yeah, I understand that. It's like me being a writer, I feel it flowing. So when I write about people, it just goes. So I get it 100%. I want to talk about this part because you explained that very well. When it came to you making the effort to
Yes.
make a serious step, explain your first like serious step into music to say, I'm doing this.
Oh man. Um, so one day, uh, I decided I was going to release an album, and I started writing a bunch of songs. It all started with a cover song, and I was encouraged to do it by someone I love very dearly to sing a cover
Hmm.
song. So
Hmm.
I did that, and that kind of took off from there. And I delayed the process a little bit because I was afraid. And then I
Sure.
decided to step out on faith, and I decided to
Hmm.
write my own music.
Hmm.
But the good thing about it was, over the course of me delaying, I didn't realize that I was building my album because it gave me more content to write about. So my EP and the songs that I released, like IG Love, it's actually about things that I experienced um, over the last 6 years of my life.
Hmm. I want to go into this part here.
Sure.
Your music is very, I wouldn't say personal to you. I think music is very intimate to you. Am I correct?
That's correct.
And intimacy is a strong word because it's a more intentional act to be intimate with something. You know, you could
Yes.
be people be intimate with food, they can be intimate with their job, like they crave over it, they think about it, they obsess over it. With that being said, psychologically, how does music
Mhm.
help you heal and how does music empower will?
Oh man, that is a loaded
Come
question.
on, man. This is what we do.
That
Listen,
is an
man.
extremely loaded question.
Listen, this is what we do over here, man. We live right now.
So
We
it's
live right
therapy. It really is therapy for me. I'm able to release feelings and
now. Mm-hmm.
emotions and tap into parts of myself that
Mm-hmm.
I probably would not be able to through some other resource.
Okay.
So music allows me to express myself. It allows me to tell my story. It allows me to tell my truth. It allows me to write stories that other people can resonate with, that may have experienced some of the same hardships or heartbreaks that I have experienced.
Mm-hmm. So let me talk about this part here. Let me expound on that. The writing part, therapy.
Yes.
You're writing
Hmm.
about things that other people go through that do not have the artistic gift that you have to really, speak on it. You know,
Right.
like me, I'm a writer, but I write about, Langston Hughes and Ernest Hemingway were my two favorite, right? Well, and Ralph Ellison. Those are my like three top people when I was a kid, right?
Okay.
Ernest Hemingway committed suicide as a black
Yes.
kid writing. Like I was hurt when I found out he had died. Like because I studied him. I studied Langston, the miseducation of the Negro, all that stuff.
Hmm.
So I'm deep with that. Writing is so personal. This is another loaded question, obviously, but pulling from your pain,
Yes.
Explain that part, and then give me 2 minutes explanation on that, and then we're going to talk about love. Go ahead.
Sure. So pulling from my pain, let's see. So I've experienced, I was married at one point, wasn't the greatest thing. Um, Learned a lot, learned what I was ready for, learned what I wasn't ready for, learned what I wanted, learned what I didn't want. Um, and that experience alone gave me a lot of things to write about. And and just through dating and exploring, getting to know different people, and the letdowns and also the good times that come with that is giving me so much to just write about.
Yeah. When you went through, how is, and let's flip the question on part two of pain. How has pain been a
Sure.
great thing for you when it comes to music?
Sometimes when you're in pain, you create some of your best work, because when you are hurting, it is a deep, deep, how do I say this? It is a deep, deep wound that is, I want to say, in your soul. And I think that's one of the more explorational sides of yourself that you might not be able to tap into unless you're actually
Hmm.
in that state of mind. So you're able to pull things out of yourself while you're in pain and express them in a way that you may not be able to if you weren't in that state of mind.
Got it. I want to talk about love.
Sure.
And this is nothing, I'm not talking about a particular person or a particular aspect of your life. In general, what are
Yes.
some of the things that bring you, that create love in your life when you're writing? Is it things about your childhood, thing, or your career? Like, what are some things that you write about that creates love in your heart?
Oh man. When I A lot of it is from past experiences. It's
Okay.
really just about my life and the things that I've gone through,
Hmm.
either good or bad. And honestly, I've learned something from bad experiences and also good experiences. So, in a way, that sort of creates a kind of love and a kind of respect for yourself, and also a respect for the music that I create. So, if I was to give you a solid answer, that would be the one.
Got it. So right now you are a, by day you're a W-2 employee, hustler. By night, in your second career, you are a recording artist slash entrepreneur. How do
Yeah.
you balance everything? Because you got to finance everything, wear so many hats, which is what one of the things we spoke about on our conference call that we had on Zoom, which was a great conference, by the way. But like juggling everything, like explain how you explain how it works in your world. Some of the ups, some of the downs.
Um, so I'm going to quote one of my favorite songwriters and one of my favorite singers. Um, if you believe in yourself, you're going to make it happen. Mariah Carey. Um,
Okay.
the song is called Make It Happen, by the way. So I have to find the time. No one's going to tell you that at 7 o'clock, you got to start, 7 p.m., you got to start writing.
Mm-hmm.
I have to look inside of myself, and I also have to create the space and the atmosphere and the time for me to do it. And I can't place restraints on what that time looks like.
Mm-hmm.
So it's about going for it and making it happen.
Yeah. I mean, self motivation is the best fuel in the world because you're doing it because you believe when nobody else believes. And that's the greatest thing
Agreed.
about being self motivated. You're gonna do it regardless. Like every day I walk 8 miles because I lost a lot of weight doing that. So every day, like even tonight, I'm gonna go walk 8 miles. I'm gonna do my
Okay.
16, 17,000 steps because it's something that I feel I'm obligated to do to fuel my life. So that's real. I want to go into this part here.
Hmm.
When you think about the music industry now, Will, with music streaming is pretty much obsolete. That's what Jimmy Iovine said. You watch the videos. I mean, who told us that making 0.00 of a penny was cool? I can't, now that I look back on, I can't believe we fell for it. But for a long time, streaming was everything. Like stream, getting them playlisted, you know, and but you couldn't make any real money versus when we originally started, people sold stuff hand to hand.
Right.
People bought CDs for 15, $18. People made bigger money, and then now we traded in clout for money. We traded in money for clout. For a lot of people, they'd rather get 1,000 likes than make $200. It's crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's crazy.
I'm not with that
Yeah,
at
definitely.
all.
So what are your feelings on the music industry with the streaming payouts, and how does platforms like OpenWave, which is direct to fan, how do you see the benefit in that?
I see the benefit in OpenWave versus other platforms because it allows you to be more than just a singer or a rapper. You can be a business owner if you choose to. I can, like you said, I could have a store. I could make clothes. I could sell merchandise, and I could also sell my music, and I can set the prices of the songs that I sell.
Mm-hmm.
The music industry for me right now as a whole, I feel like is we had this conversation. I feel like it's very controlled. I feel like there's not a lot of realness in it, except for those that have found major stardom and they have been able to have that complete control because of how
Mm-hmm.
they've established themselves in the music industry.
Yeah, definitely. And it's funny because if 350 people stream your record, then you've made
Mhm.
basically $2,
Right.
a little over $1. If 10 people go on OpenWave and they actually buy your record for $7.99, then you've just made $80. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
to
It's
me,
better
it's it
value.
yeah, to me, it's so different with that because now we're at a much different level as it pertains to your time. Time is money.
Mhm. And
Time is money. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? I'm sorry,
and
go
it
ahead.
says a lot about OpenWave too, and the value that they see in the artist. And they're
Yes.
not just trying to take everything for themselves, but they want to still make sure that the artist can still survive and still make music and do what they love. So that's something else
Yeah.
that's very good about the platform that I admire.
Yeah. And we appreciate that. Jason Ma, Eric too, Kalani, everybody over there. But it's like to know that you can tonight, you know, go in, upload your designs, put it on. You can upload multiple designs for multiple things. Sell duffel bags, sell hats, sell. You can sell basketballs, tote bags, shirts, hoodies, beanies, and send it out to your people and be like, "Yo, here go my new merch line with my music. You cop this, my music
Hmm.
automatically comes with it." So,
Hmm.
and you saw our clothing line, which is a little bit different, Vibe Life. So, you saw how lit that was. So, with all the designs and everything like that, the new age hustler, the new age entrepreneur in Gen Z is a lot different because now everything is swinging back to direct to fan. I want you to explain from a business side, what are some of the things you want to do differently in 2026 that you have not done in your career that you got to get done?
I definitely know that I have to use my media platforms, any and all of them, to get more, I guess, recognition and get my
Mhm.
content out to more viewership. And I also need to perform more, whether that is on social media or at live shows or etc. I definitely know that I need to take that route to get the exposure that I would really like to have.
Yeah, and that comes with proper content creation because generating interest is the greatest thing. Like what with it's like with radio pushers. We don't
Mhm.
charge artists up front. We play their music, we talk to them, we go through the motions first. We'll jump on Zoom with them first. We roll the dice every single day because we want to build that interest. So you'd be like, you
Mhm.
know what? I watched those videos. That make kind of like what same thing you and I did. So with
Right.
your social media is like nothing but an attention hub. Are people going to be interested enough in Will? Like, you go to my IG, when you go to my Instagram, you don't see my face, but you see content everywhere
Right.
because that's how it's designed. People are like, oh yeah, that's dope. That's smart. That makes sense. I like that visual. Yeah, that's cool. That's creative. All these different things that we're doing translate into that. So definitely. I want to talk about 2026. We are basically 6 months into the year. Can you believe
I can.
it? What are some of the things that you've done that you're proud of, accomplished? But what are some things you haven't done that you know you got to get done?
Well, I released my first EP, so I'm very proud of that.
What's the name of that
It,
EP? Say it
it's
slow, sir. We on BET Jams right now with
it
Johnny
is
Simpson.
called it is called Publicly Private.
Wow, that's
Yes.
unique. Publicly
Thank you.
private. You heard the brother. Publicly private. All right. So, and how is your name spelled on DSPs?
I'm sorry.
How is your name spelled? Somebody want to go to Title and stream your music or
Oh,
Apple.
it's Will. W lowercase I, capital L, capital L.
The only thing about that is we might need to go with I am Will P or something like that. Only because of search and just think about it. Search engine
Hmm.
optimization. Because when people type in Will, you know, a lot of stuff's gonna pop up.
It's a lot of people named Will. I'll give you that.
Yeah, so you don't want to be like a diamond in the rough when it comes to your name. So think about it, meditate on it, but something you might want to consider because when you type in radio pushers, we're the only one on any
Gotcha.
platform. We're high, we got a dope name. Our name is super cool. Either radio or they push radio pushers. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So those type of things like that. But just think about it.
So
Um,
I want to add something. I want to add something to that.
yes,
So, granted, there are lots of wills out there.
620,000. Go ahead.
120,000.
You're supposed to laugh
Cool.
about that, but go ahead. you go. I'm dead. I'm done. I'm done. Go ahead.
um, 120,000, but there's only one me. There's only
True.
one will. This will.
Yes.
So and I feel
Lowercase
very confident in that. Lowercase I did a little something a little bit different, but I feel very confident in that, and I love the name that I love the name that I
No, I'm
chose.
with you on that. 100%. No problem. I'm just saying from a you know me, I'm a marketing guy. So
Hmm.
just from that, when we when search engine optimization means that when people
Hmm.
type in your name, it is optimized at the highest level. So just as a marketing guy, I'm always going to say that your art, what you're passionate about, that's up to you. I don't debate people with that. I just give them different insights. So when people are searching for you, you're not going through 50 people on Spotify or Apple or trying to find. That's all because you are unique and your voice is special. IG Love is a record, I rock with heavy. Played it, did all analysis. It's on Power 102.8 Los Angeles, on 99.7 The Heat Miami, which is on Apple Music, which is on Audacity, which is on a lot of different platforms. IG Love, this record has a
Hmm.
great melody, it has a great um, music production to it. Most importantly, it has a great energy to it. When you think about this record, right, in general,
Yeah.
how do you want people to feel when they hear it, Will?
I want people to feel good when they hear it. The arrangement, what I try to do with that was try to pull people in with a good feeling, but I also want them to hear the message behind it. And that message is, are we ready to talk about the message yet? Or I mean, can I jump into that?
Oh yeah, talk about the
Okay.
message. Gotta give them an
So
overall snapshot. Give them an overall snapshot.
sure.
We gotta go in
Easy.
all the details, but just give them an overall snapshot.
I'll sum it up for you.
Sure.
So a lot of people confuse likes, impressions, saves,
Amen.
reposts
Amen.
as actual someone caring about you. Nobody cares.
Hmm.
It's not real love, and a lot of people are missing that aspect in their life. So they go and they try to find validation through social media to give them whatever it is they're missing within themselves.
Hmm.
So that's why it's called IG Love because it is artificial, just like the platform. So I'm hoping that a lot of people can resonate with that and they will understand that don't confuse the likes with the actual love.
And you did a great job explaining that because what you just said is 100% true. Authenticity, integrity never went out of style. Shout out to Sean G. And
Hey,
I love the integrity of what you speak about. I'm very proud of you, Will.
thank you.
Working with a team is important. How does it feel to be working with a team now with radio pushes?
Well, our first conversation, I didn't know how much I didn't have. So now that I'm with you guys, I understand that it takes a village. I mean, that's an old proverb, but it really does take a village. And you can't do everything alone. Sometimes you do need a push. Sure, I can write the music, I can produce the music, I can sing the music, but like you asked me on that first time we talked, but who's going to do your marketing? Who's going to create your banners? Who's going to sell your tickets? Who's going to do this? Who's going to do that? And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, I never thought about any of that before.
Yeah.
But now working with a team, I have more resources at my fingertips.
Yeah, the power of asking for help. We spoke about that.
Hmm.
With that video is very powerful. And I created that video because people don't realize that Tom Brady, as great as he is, Michael Jordan needed Pippen. He needed John Kerr. He needed John Paxson,
Hmm.
Steve Kerr, excuse me, John Paxson, Horace Grant, Stacey King. He needed Bill Cartwright. He needed all those guys, to win. Without Derek Fisher, the Lakers don't win a lot of championships, or Robert Horry. So you need a team to build an
Hmm.
empire. Only a
Agreed.
fool thinks he can. Only a fool thinks his two hands will build his destiny. That's an old Chinese proverb. So
Hmm.
that's very important. Give your thoughts about the interview today. What did you? What were your? How did you feel? How did you feel about the interview today? The questions, the cadence, the vibe. Talk to me.
I felt like it was very easy. The questions were straightforward. I wasn't caught off guard by anything. I felt like the energy was good. I felt very secure. So I
Definitely.
enjoy. I definitely enjoyed the conversation. So
And the great thing about it is you're going to be getting interviews every month. So, on different formats and different questions. And the reason why these interviews are so important is because every every interview you tell a different part of your story. And you take that
true.
information, you turn it into clips, you put it on Substack, and now people can say, look, all my interviews are always on Substack. Y'all can just go there and watch. So right now we're streaming live on Substack. Substack will take 4 or 5 of the best moments of this interview
Yeah,
and flip it up automatically, which is super dope, which I love about Substack.
I
So
did
they'll
not know that.
already see it. You know what I'm saying? So you can upload those clips to your own Substack account and send it out to them because you've answered some amazing questions that you've given some amazing answers. What is one? I got last 2 questions before we jump out of it. We had 28 minutes.
Sure.
What is one thing about you that people say, you know what, I love that about Will? I know you got a lot of great qualities. You don't have to list all 300 of them, but just tell me one good quality about you that people really resonate to.
Um, if I see a problem, usually you don't have to ask me to help you.
Mm,
If I care about you, you're in my life. If I see that there's something that you're in need of, I will provide that need if it is within my power to do it.
got it. What is one thing about you, you need to change in order to be a better Will? What about that?
Oh man.
One thing, Will, just one.
I need
I'm not,
to
I'm not
be
trying to put
able
you on
to
front street. So.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm already on Front Street. But I need to be able to, how do I want to say this?
With it.
Um I need to hear the opinions of other people, sometimes above my own, because
Mm,
sometimes people see things from the outside looking in that I can't see from the inside looking out.
hmm With that. You gave some amazing answers today. I must say, very impressed. Very
Thank
impressed
you.
by the answers, very impressed in your self awareness. And most importantly, I'm very impressed with your messaging and your affinity and your intimacy with music. Honored to have you on this platform. Honored to be rocking with you. Most importantly, I want to thank you for walking your own path to your destiny. Thank you so much. Give out your Instagram handle. I know you. I know it's so people can connect with you on IG.
Sure. You can find me on Instagram at That's What Will Says. You type that in, mine will be the first one that pops up.
Say it
So you
again,
can find me.
slow.
That's what Will says.
There you go, people. That's with an S on the end. THATS.
Yes. Yes. That's
That's
what
what.
Will says.
There you go. And right now we got 73 people watching live right now on Twitch. So we appreciate that. So it's cool. We got over 150 people total watching in. So salute. Let's get it. My brother, Will, we connected. Let's get it to the top. We got Will in the building, people. IG Love right now is streaming on 99.7 The Heat Miami and Power 102.8 Los Angeles. So on Apple Music, type in 99.7 The Heat. Boom, your station pull up. Actually, he plays tonight from 8 to midnight, and then again from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. every day, and 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., and then 1 a.m. in the morning until 4, until 3 a.m. So tap in with him. In your Basecamp folder, Will, you'll see your playlist times and schedules anyway. All right, so be
Okay.
on the lookout for today. Will, all right, man, this
Yes,
interview
sir.
was amazing. And your people can actually watch it back right now on X and Twitch right now. So you can just give them the links in the email, and they can watch back the whole interview right now.
Okay. I'll do that. Thank you. It's a
I'm gonna
pleasure.
tap in with you tonight. Let's get it. You know, I'm gonna call you later on. Just don't go to sleep.
All right. I got you.